Alright guys, I'm back with another entry to do with wrestling. This one's going to be about Ryback. Now this one's completely off the bat. I haven't given this one any thought, much like the Shield entry I did. But Ryback. Ryback. I don't really know what to think of how to view him. I think he's been around for about a year now. I think it weren't long after WrestleMania 28 actually. When he may come out as the Ryback Terminator kind of character, and you know, I have this thing. I mean, I think it depends how you kind of what area you grew up in wrestling. I mean, I started watching it late 80s. Well, actually, I was kind of born then, so I mean, I watched 80s wrestlers. I think as I was younger, because obviously, videotapes and things like that I could watch. So I had the Hogans, and obviously I'm kind of a student of the game, so to speak. So I'm well versed in my Gorilla Monsoons eras and things like that. And yeah, I'm not with Ryback. The big guys, I don't know. I think because wrestling's advanced so much now, I just don't think the big, back in the day of like the 80s and early 90s, the big guys, it was phenomenal to watch two big guys go at each other. And if for nothing else, it was fascinating for just how many muscles they had, regardless of the outcome or their athletic quality. But nowadays you've got everything, and there's so many different fans. Nobody really wants to see the big guy, big jacked up guy, dominate anyone. And I can't really remember the last time a big jacked up guy dominated. I mean, I suppose Batista. I think Batista is probably the one jacked up guy, or permanently jacked up guy. He didn't fluctuate his weight or anything. That actually, I think, was used in the right way. I can't remember many Batista rivalries where he looked, he did his own little runaway thing, and every now, that every heel has to seemingly do on the path to finding out what heel they're going to be. But Batista was always big, and he was marketed, I think, and put the right way. He was defeatable. People still defeated him, and and that's it kind of is somewhat believable. I mean, obviously when you got Rey Mysterio coming against him, it's a bit of a mismatch. But Ryback, I just don't. Other than Cena, who is Ryback going to go against? I mean, I don't know why they couldn't have put him against the Big Show. I think that would have added, that could at least have taken up a few, another month or two of Ryback just establishing himself, getting somewhere. I mean, if you think about it, you've got no big wrestlers like as in stature and brawn, going for the IC belt or the US belt. So Ryback going up against them. I mean, unless it's Ryback against Cesaro, which I think we've seen. I don't really know. You're just gonna think Ryback's gonna just completely knock the other person out. So other than Cena, I don't really know. Who. I mean, if anything, I would try and get Batista back. I mean, I've heard rumours that maybe he might or might not be. But even get Batista back, just say maybe to work till SummerSlam or a bit after SummerSlam, and maybe have a row, have a go with Ryback. Sorry, I mean, I think if Cena with the injury he seems to have right now, bring Cena. Have Ryback injure Cena or something, and bring in Batista and let Cena have a month or two to rest, like with Punk. And I'm pretty certain, even if I've seen her do a few sketches here and there or something, just a few segments, because Cena can still, Cena can still be doing a bit of that, all the wishes for the kids and things. I mean, there's plenty of things Cena can do that WWE can document. Even probably the 2 million updates on Cena's health they're more likely to do, and then basically bring Batista in, and as that has to say, Cena gets taken out at the pay-per-view, say for example Extreme Rules, the next night on Raw, Cena comes out and again gets basically taken out, like this time properly, and he's not going to come back till his injury heals, and before you know it, like say as Cena's getting pounded on by Ryback, the music hits a Batista comes down, the crowd, I mean, even I was never the biggest fan of Batista. But even, and I'm sure a lot of people would just for that moment be, oh my God, Batista, yeah. And, and Raw goes off the air with, I don't know, perhaps Ryback quickly jumping out the ring taking his belt with him or something, or even leaving the belt in the ring, and Batista comes down to save Cena, and then like Batista looks down at the either picks the belt up if the belt's left in the ring, and kind of as a signal of you've got this on borrowed time, or if Ryback's holding the belt, perhaps just Batista just glares at Ryback, and then perhaps Batista doesn't even do much to help Cena. Batista just like either helps him to say as a face, or the thing just ends, and like nobody knows. And then when Cena does come back, if say either Ryback successfully defends it against Batista, then they'll continue that feud and Batista will do whatever he wants to do. Or if Batista does win it, then Batista and then Cena and Batista still, well, I think Batista more has unfinished business, as he went 3-0 with Cena in his last 3 pay-per-view events before Batista left. But yeah, I think unless something happens with Ryback, I don't really know who Ryback's going to face. I mean, believable people like Kane, he's doing his thing with Bryan, unless they put Ryback in. I mean, I don't know why they don't put Ryback in with a Shield. Well, sorry, not back in with the but in with the Shield. I think that would be interesting. I think it'd suit the thing. He could be, because that way then you could have Ryback, the WWE champion, Rollins and Reigns as the tag champs, and then you've got Ambrose as, I would like to see, the IC champion, if it isn't anybody else. But anyway, who knows? That's my view on Ryback, and kind of what I think they should do with him, really. Or if all this hinges on if Batista can come back, I say go with the scenario I pitched. If not, I say put Ryback in with a Shield and see what happens. But yeah, as always, like, subscribe, comment, and take care. Speak to you soon.